Hi, today I'm going to talk about my new program for the iPhone and the iPod Touch. It's called iPlay CG, which stands for Classical Guitar, and it's developed by me. And if you want to find it in iTunes, search for the developer's name, WKODE, WKODE, okay? Or you can type in iPlay CG. Anyways, today I'm going to talk about the hardware that I tested this program on my right hand is the iPod 32 gig, the fastest one, and on my left hand is the iPhone 3G, not the fastest one. Okay, so the hardware is very different. The iPod Touch is supposed to have twice the memory and be at least 200 megahertz faster, I think. So it loads everything very quickly. iPhone is slower, and also it's running programs in the back, like the mail program, checking for a new email, the phone program, checking for phone calls, and all the 3G network stuff going in the background. So sometimes the CPU is kind of shared. On the iPod, you get dedicated CPU usage. Okay, so on the iPod Touch, when you touch the screen to start it, you'll have no problem. I mean, everything will work fine. There will be no delays in any of the keys. You can play with up to 5 fingers at the same time. And even when you're switching scales, like we're in the Japanese scale right now, if I switch to a G major, so the switch happens very quickly, basically instantly. There's no delay. So if you're playing a very high level song, like a classical song where there are more than one scale in the song, you can play in one scale and switch. There you go. So there's no problem with this iPod Touch in any way. Okay. On the iPhone 3G, however, as I said, because of all the background programs running and the slower CPU and less RAM, sometimes you'll experience a delay, especially the first time you press a key. It's because the key has not been loaded into memory. So there is a very small delay, like 0.1 second or 0.2 second. So it can annoy you sometimes. But it only happens the first time you touch the key, because after that it's already loaded into memory, so it should be fast. So what I do is I usually warm up my keyboard. I just run my finger over all the keys before I use the scale, and then it should be fine. And there is no delay after that. Okay, so that's the only bad part about having the iPhone 3G, because it's slower and it's got a bunch of stuff running in the background. Okay, so if I change back to the G major scale, again, it's going to take time to load the scale because it's slower than the iPod. So now it's loaded, and after it's loaded, I would run my finger through all the keys again just to warm it up, and there you go. Alright, and sometimes I've tried rebooting the system, and after the reboot, usually there is no delay in the keys. I guess the reboot refreshes everything, clears out the memory, and gives your program more CPU share, I guess. Yeah, I usually don't run the mail program before I use this program, because the mail program really takes a lot of memory, and it really takes a lot of CPU power. So if you experience any delay on the iPod or the iPhone 3G, follow my advice, run your finger over it to warm up all the keys, or reboot it. Alright, and that's about it for this video. I just wanted to tell you that, so that when you run into that delay, you know what to do. So please continue to support this app by telling your friends about it. It's a pretty cool app. There are a lot of users already. In one day, there's a lot of people have downloaded this program, and they aren't sharing yet because they haven't learned how to play it, but they are downloading the songs I've uploaded. So I've got like 10 or 12 songs up online, I think, right now. You can download them and learn how to play them, and if you make your own song, please upload them so that people can learn them. Okay, Alright, that's about it. Until next time, take care.